Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of The Unshakable Co-Parent. So my name is Sarah. I am a parenting and co-parenting mentor. If you are here, you share children with someone who may be high conflict, toxic, narcissistic, abusive, whatever it may be. You don't have the Hollywood fairy tale version of co-parenting. And whenever I say co-parenting, I mean with speech marks. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been a hot minute since I've recorded a podcast episode, but I am back, baby. So listen in, I'm going to be giving just a few updates before I get started with all the juicy details of everything else that's happening. Grab a drink and let's get started. Hello, hello. So I haven't uploaded a podcast episode for a while. Obviously, if you're new to my podcast, there's been no difference for you. That's fine. You will just continue listening as normal. So a lot has been happening over the last few months. I have introduced a lot of new programs. I have introduced a membership. There are a lot of things happening. So if you have found my podcast, or maybe you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or you may already be in my world, you know that some things have changed and upgraded as I've evolved and grown and decided to go about things in a little bit of a different way to make a lot of my teachings more accessible for everyone, so that there's something at every level depending what you want to work on. Now, what I will say is every one of my trainings, everything that I share, all the topics I talk about are all equally important, especially when you're dealing with somebody of this nature. This is from my experience dealing with my clients and supporting them through their transformations and their journeys and what they have to navigate. Everything from boundaries, supporting and protecting your children, dealing with third parties who are clueless, creating a NARC-proof parenting plan, communication with a co-parent, stepping into your own personal power, which is your unshakable AF confidence, basically. So all of these topics are, you might be interested in one of them. They are all equally important and part of the journey of becoming unshakable. Okay, so you just may have somewhere you want to start. You may really need to NARC-proof your children, or you may be going to court in 3 months or mediation, so you need to get a NARC-proof parenting plan in place. Or maybe you need to document evidence because you're going to be going to court at some point or mediation, and you want to get your ducks in a row. Obviously, boundaries is always going to be an issue with your co-parent. Also, boundaries with your children. How not to raise a people pleaser, you know, or raise your hand if that's what you want to avoid. So you'll see that there is a lot of new topics. There are a lot of topics, there are a lot of programs, there are a lot of offerings in my world. There is no one that is better than the other. They are all equally important. However, what I will say is a lot of what I teach is to do with strategy. And what I mean by that is the how. How do I do XYZ? How can I get XYZ? And how do I learn XYZ? A lot of what I teach, but mainly within my paid containers, it comes down to not just strategy, what is important, and you will have heard me say this if you've been in any of my programs or in the membership, it is who you are deciding to be. What decisions are you making right now? Why are you making those decisions? And where are you hoping they're going to take you? And what I mean by that is if we make decisions based on our current circumstance, what I see around me, all the drama, all the chaos, all the fallout, then I'm going to get more of the same. That's what happens when we make decisions based on where we currently are and what's currently happening around us. We're not able to focus, we don't have any clarity, and we keep spinning our wheels doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, what I teach in my world is to have a strong as fuck vision. Now, you might not know what that is yet, because all you can see is a big, fat, steaming pile of shit in front of you, and that shit is the co-parenting chaos, drama, and bullshit. Okay? There's no other way to say it. So you may not be able to see what lies on the other side. You may not just be able to see what life there is on the other side of this once you clear it. Because all you want to do is just get away from that and have your co-parents stop doing what they're doing. Now, when you don't have a strong vision, then it's very hard to stay motivated. You don't know why you're doing anything. You don't know why it's even worth setting boundaries. You don't know why it's worth supporting your children. You don't know why it's worth stepping into your power. Why should I get an art-proof parenting plan when all my co-parent does is X, Y, Z? Why should I document evidence when all they do is lie and create all these false allegations? Why should I learn how to speak to third parties in a way where I'm going to be heard? Why should I do anything? There's not going to be any motivation to do anything whatsoever. Now, my work is for those who want to do something. You can see that maybe, just maybe, there is some hope. There is some light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to take charge and rise and become the kind of person who deals with these challenges. Okay? So, in lieu of a strong vision for yourself, I do encourage you to really think about when I'm sat there with my children in 5, 10, 15 years' time, maybe they're 25 years old, maybe it's their graduation, what do I want them to be saying? Do I want them to be saying, why did you? Why didn't you? Or do I want them to be saying, I am so fucking proud of you. You're my hero. I can't believe you dealt with all of that with so much grace. You stood into your power. You allowed me. You paved the way for me to know that this was okay. And you've taught me so much. I know what kind of conversations I want to be having. So, in lieu of a strong vision for yourself as a parent, as a co parent, as a woman, as a parent in the world, as an individual, maybe some men here listening, then I do encourage you, if you don't have a strong vision for yourself and for your children, at least have that vision for the conversation and the kind of conversations you want to be having, because that will smack you back into reality to be thinking of, hang on, maybe I need to be making some other kind of decisions. Maybe I need to step a little bit out of fear and start taking some action steps that are going to get me closer to where I want to be. Now, I shared this within my VIP membership, that courage is something that you're not born with. It's a decision that you make. Now, a lot of people seem to think that, oh, when I feel confident, I'll go and do X, Y, Z. When I feel good, I'm going to go and do X, Y, Z. That is not how it works. You bring the fear with you along with the courage. They work hand in hand, okay? It's not like, oh, I'm going to go and do this thing, whatever it is. I'm going to go and support my children. I'm going to go and set boundaries when I no longer feel fear and I feel confident and courageous. No. Fear comes with you and courage comes with you, and you do it together. You do it regardless. Because there's one guarantee I'll give you: if you allow fear to dictate your actions or your inaction, you will stay stuck where you are. And year after year after year, you will experience the same situation. Now, if you step into courage and take fear along with you, you are going to move forward. You will start gaining momentum. You will start feeling more confident. You will have proof and evidence of being able to do this. Okay? And I know that's not necessarily easy to hear, but I just know this from experience. I have people who reach out to me, could be 4 years ago, 4 months ago, 4 hours ago, whatever it may be, saying, and they didn't come and work with me. They didn't do anything. And they're like, what you said came true. Or they're asking me the same question they asked me 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a year ago. The same kind of questions, because they're still in the same situation, because they didn't do anything. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was the day. Okay? And I don't want that for you. If I can rise up and my clients can rise up, that's what I want for all of us. But it does require you to kind of smack yourself back to reality. And I hope this activates you. You hearing my words right now, they activate you. You hear me on social media, you see me on videos, you're going to feel inspired. You're going to feel motivated. You're going to understand and you're going to get what I'm saying, but that isn't enough. The next step is taking action, doing something. And that doesn't necessarily mean with me, but you're going to have to do something. Having this knowledge in your head and thinking about the things that you're going to do, thinking about the things that you want to say, thinking about the life that you want is all great. But that is just daydreaming if you don't do anything about it. And anything as in take the next step. Okay? I have so much to say, so I'm going to leave it there. Now I am having a free Zoom event in a few days. Okay, depending when you're listening to this, it is going to be streamed live in my free Facebook group, Becoming Unshakable, and there is a Zoom link as well if you want to join via Zoom, especially if you want to ask me some questions in the chat about what your next step is. What is your best next step, or what is your first step in my world? Which program is going to suit me? What kind of service, which kind of offering? I know I need to do something, I just don't really know what. So if you would like the details to that, please DM me on Instagram, the word Zoom party, and you'll be sent the details to join that, because that will make everything very clear for you about what maybe your next step is, or your first step in my world, depending on when you're listening to this. Okay? But I just want you to leave with this thought that you do not do things, you do not succeed in this and in life by waiting for fear to go away, because it's not going to go away. It comes along for the ride when you have the courage. So it's courage and fear hand in hand. Okay? If we operate just in fear, we will stay where we are. And that's just a guarantee. And that's not to scare you, but that's just facts. All right. So please share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear this. Please leave me a review if you feel called to. I'd always love to hear what people think of what I'm sharing. This needs to get into more ears of people who need to hear this information. Okay. And if you feel called to, I would love to, if you shared a screenshot of you listening to this, or sharing your stories that you listened, and tagged me. Okay. This information needs to go far and wide. People just don't know this stuff. Becoming Unshakable is not a one-time deal. But however, if you're willing to step out of fear and step into courage, and then just hold fear by the hand and come and take the next action step, we can do that together. All right, so take care. I'm going to leave you with that, and watch this space for more episodes. I'm not going to leave it so long next time. I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care. Bye for now.